Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
Welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. But for our radio audience here in Mississippi at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com, we're glad that you all could be with us. Also, tuning in to our online affiliates around the world, including our friends at iHeartRadio and Amazon Music Podcasts. We're glad you all could be with us as well. This is part of our News You Can Use segment here at WYAD, and today we're going to be speaking with someone from the National Association of Realtors. Now, normally when we're talking to someone from this organization, we're talking about what's going on with the housing situation, people looking for maybe on the market for real estate. To help us understand more about what realtors are doing in the community to give back, as well as about their National Tree Planting Initiative, we're excited to welcome Mantill Williams to our program today. Mantill is the Vice President of Communication for the National Association of Realtors. Mantill, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, Cyrus. I appreciate you having me on.
Yes, so this is a different type of conversation than we're used to having with your organization, which is a lot of fun. So What role does a realtor play when it comes to being a community advocate as well as an expert?
Well, I think many people know that, particularly consumers, they can count on a realtor for everything, from finding a local community resources to navigating those required state and federal forms in the home buying and selling process. I mean, in fact, 97% of home buyers, they consider their real estate agent to be a useful source of information. But what they don't know is how active realtors are in volunteering and serving their communities. Just check out these stats here for a second. Okay, 60% of realtor members, they actually volunteered monthly. 79% of realtors, they make actual donations that benefit the community, and 60% of just the general population reported that of these realtors reported that their firm encourages their employees to volunteer. So basically, we just want to let people know that realtors are a part of the community and they're out there serving the community. And
not only are they serving, Mantill, they're also, of course, are giving back as well. So why has that been so important for realtors to do?
Well, realtors are the champions. They're communities. They're the next door neighbor. They're your cousin, your uncle. They're the person that's right there. So that means that they're the one that you can really trust when you're doing with that home buying process. And just for instance, I know in this particular area, and I work at the National Association of Realtors, and we partners with Martha's Table. And Martha's Table here in this particular area, they focus on feeding those that are needy, homeless, and women that are in battered, in battered shelters. So, in those shelters that protect battered women. So realtors are really a part of their community, and they're there just to fulfill a need. Just as simple as sometimes a team may need help with their uniforms, whether it's a band or sports. A realtor can be there to help raise money to for her serve those community needs.
That is definitely an important thing. And I think when it comes to on the national level, then I think when people look at your organization, they think about the work that's being done. I mentioned in my intro about there being a National Tree Planting Initiative. What can you tell us about it?
Yeah, thank you for the question. Absolutely. So National Association of Realtors, we're embarking on an effort to plant 1.575 million trees across the country to represent our 1.575 million members. And according to the USDA Forest Service, neighborhood trees were found to provide more than $73 billion worth of environmental benefits to society each year. And these benefits I'm talking about, they include things like improving the air quality, encouraging biodiversity and ecosystems, restoring those watersheds, and helping with stormwater mitigation and reduce pollution. And people don't understand is that these trees, particularly in neighborhoods and urban areas, they actually provide a cooling and encourage outdoor recreation, kind of a place to cool off. And they, believe it or not, trees, beautification, and you guys all know about that curb appeal, they actually increase home values and they support those vibrant communities. So bottom line is all these combined benefits, when you plant trees and have a focus on sustainability, they definitely contribute to improving the quality of life that makes that in these markets that realtors are serving.
And again, this is important information for our audience. Now, Mantill, I cannot have you come on the show and not mention something about the market because, of course, that's front of mind for a lot of people right now. We definitely appreciate the work that your organization is doing in the community. But what should we be paying attention to, Mantill, when it comes to the real estate market over the next few months going into the new year?
Okay, yeah. Thanks for the question. Yes. Well, the housing sector right now is the most sensitive to and experiences the most immediate impacts from the Federal Reserve's interest rate policy changes. Nonetheless, homeowners, they are doing well with near non-existent distressed property sales, okay? And home prices are still higher than a year ago. Now, inventory is going to remain tight, the next couple of months and even the next couple of years. But some homeowners are, and right now I think in general, some homeowners are unwilling to trade up or trade down after locking in that historically low interest rate. Because myself, I locked in an interest rate like under 3%. So I'm going to say some stay put like some people. But I think that, you'll see that although we're still looking at, you have to take it in perspective. We're looking at historically low interest rates in recent years. Because I remember, I don't want to give my age away, but I remember when interest rates were in the double digits. Like people thought, oh, I got a good interest rate because I have 10%. So we're still looking at historically low interest rates. And I think about it this way, Cyrus. The direction of mortgage rates, upward or downward, I mean, it's the prime mover for home buying. And decade high rates have deeply cut into contract signings. I have to admit that. And if mortgage rates moderate and the economy continues adding jobs, then the home buying process will stabilize. And only when inflation calms down when we'll see mortgage rates, begin to be steady. So next year, this is what we're thinking next year, the annual home price is expected to rise around about 1.2%. And home sales will pick up, in the second half of 2023, but it will be down overall for about 7.1% overall.
Well, that gives us something to be able to look forward to, and as well as we're kind of going into the new year. Again, everyone, Mantill Williams has been our guest. Mantill is the Vice President of Communications for the National Association of Realtors, helping us understand better how they are giving back to the community, also providing a service and what they're doing with the National Tree Planting Initiative. Mantill, where can our audience go for more information?
They can go to NAR.realtor.
Well, Mantill, thank you again for the time. Really do appreciate it. Looking forward to speaking with you again.
Okay, thank you.
You're more than welcome. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live, part of a News You Can Use segment here at WYAD 94.1 FM. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live. Now let's go make today amazing. Take care.